finishing my bachelor's here in December and entering a teacher residency program to teach. And kids are brutal. They will tell the truth. And I was like, before I get done with this, I want to be able to stand back up in front of a class and teach and feel comfortable with myself. And I want to feel like me again. I was like, I'm not going to get dentures at 30. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do dentures at 30. It just seems like, and then I was like, okay, maybe I am, because what am I going to do? But I don't want anything on the roof of my mouth because I want to sing.
Serenity was, again, in one of those groups where she knew that something bad was happening and she was just dragging her feet and not knowing what to do. So she ended up in my office really exasperated, ready to go to anywhere, any country, any third world country that would fix this for her at a price she could afford.
Everyone else's plans and ideas of what to do were just astronomically expensive. And it just was like, okay, I'm gonna go out of the country and do this. I'm gonna do this in Puerto Vallarta. That seems like a good plan, right? No, it's not the best plan. So my husband was like, no, put the brakes on. You're not gonna go to Puerto Vallarta.
So I had to come up with a very creative payment schedule for her to allow us to do it that fit within her family planning.
I dealt with the pain and missing teeth for probably about 10 years, at least. So, like, from my 20s to my 30s, they were breaking and cracking, and I was losing, like, from 20 to 30, I lost like 6 teeth in the front. That will make you feel old and not very pretty real fast. It was like, I told my husband one time, and he was like, he never had a problem with it. He's like, oh no, you're pretty, it's fine. But for me, like, just the difference, I said, I don't, you could stick me with J-Lo's crew and they could do my hair and they could do my makeup and they could give me the most expensive dress you've ever seen in your life, and I will walk out of that room and I will not feel pretty. Like that, you don't understand how much a smile changes the way you feel about everything. When that's the one thing you don't have, you don't know how, like, you just feel terrible. It's the first thing people see. It's the first thing people notice. When you talk, when you sing, your kids, my little one, he's 6, he said, don't worry, Mom, your big teeth are gonna grow back in. And I'm like, no, they're not, I wish they would. That'd be great. But yeah, it was a long, hard road for me. Just finally saying, you know what? For me, I'm doing it.
If you are self-conscious, if you are holding back, people can tell.
In the midst of it, I didn't see that I was going through a depression. I can look back now and say, absolutely, I didn't volunteer for things and participate in things that I would have jumped right in on, because I knew I would have to open my mouth more, or I would have to, show my teeth, or it's a different level of confidence. And I think until you get it back, you forget what it was like to have it. I teach piano and vocals at the music school up there where I live. And so kids watch your mouth. They have to watch your mouth. They're supposed to watch your mouth. They're supposed to watch the way that you move your mouth and the way that they make your sounds. And when you're afraid to open your mouth and actually do what you like, that doesn't work. It's like at some point you say, okay, I'm done with this. This is enough.
Her case was challenging but very rewarding because she's a young, beautiful mother, and she was facing like a world of hurt if she did this wrong. So her case was extremely gratifying because I was able to really preserve her quality of life and not break her budget and work with her.
I didn't know what it felt like to not have your teeth hurt. It was so desensitized to the constant pain that I didn't know what it felt like for them to not hurt. That's when you have chronic pain, you just live with it, and you don't have to, and you shouldn't. It's bad for you.
There's a lot of factors that make this a wonderful spot to do this type of work, because you get to help a lot of people who didn't know they could get the help without going to the Bay Area and spending their life savings on fixing their smile.
One of my friends, her mother had it done, and she'd had the entire top bridge done the same way that mine is, and was so happy with her results, and she was like, it's amazing, you've got to see my mom's teeth, you've got to see. I saw that and I was like, okay, I'm doing this too. I need this too.
So this is a nice combination for me as a general practitioner, is to be able to provide the surgery, the sedation, the follow-up, the prosthetics, and the aftercare. And that's why, I think that's one of the main reasons why I get so many in-house referrals, because that goes through, and then as soon as they're done, they're so ecstatic, they're sending their colleagues and their friends to get the same thing done.
What I know now, I would have done this 10 years ago.